Hi guys, so in this situation which saw the Northern Ireland Assembly unable to form and therefore elect a Speaker along with the First Minister and Deputy First Minister, there are clearly those who want things to work in Northern Ireland and those who do not. Here Naomi Long, the head of the Moderate Alliance Party, spoke to the media about the shame of the DUP, who have decided to block the executive operating due to their blackmailing of both the EU and the UK government over the Northern Ireland Protocol. Have a listen to this powerful speech by Long.
And yet, despite the fact that the vast majority of people in Northern Ireland voted for parties that wanted to return to government and wanted to see the Assembly work, and despite the fact that even those who voted for the DUP gave them no mandate to block a return to the Assembly, we have found ourselves in that situation today. But whilst it is a sad day for the people of Northern Ireland, it is a shameful day for the DUP. Today the DUP came to Stormont, signed the register, took their salaries, but refused to take their seats and do the work to earn it.
And this is true. The DUP arrived in the Stormont Assembly, signed the register in order to get their salaries, and then did not do the work. And I pointed this out in the live stream, how, there are people on universal credit. If they didn't turn up to do their work, or if they didn't turn up for an interview, they would be sanctioned. The DUP, unfortunately, were not sanctioned. The DUP were happy to take the money, but decided not to do the work. Now, there is a possible solution to this. The Northern Ireland Secretary of State can actually refuse to pay salaries to members of the Assembly if they don't turn up to do their work. This should be the punishment for the DUP, to put their money where their mouth is, in a sense, or not, as the case may be. Punish the DUP. They decided we don't want a working Assembly because of something that is not under the control of the Assembly, the protocol. This is the responsibility of Boris Johnson. But we want to punish the people of Northern Ireland because, well, we backed something and now we've realised it was a mistake to back it. That being Brexit, of course.
I don't think that that is ever acceptable, but it is particularly unacceptable when people in our constituencies are struggling to feed their families, struggling to heat their homes, worried for their futures, and it puts all of us as politicians in a place which is embarrassing yet again, where we want to serve the public but are prevented from doing so. Make no mistake, the gulf between those who got up today in the chamber and bemoaned the cost of food in Marks and Spencer's and those who I represent who get their food from food banks just shows the detachment there is between some people who come to this chamber interested only in their party self-interest and those of us who actually come here to serve. I am appalled that we could not even challenge the person who made this decision, because having been returned as an MLA only a week ago, he has disappeared off to his safety net in Parliament, to the comfy green benches, rather than come here and do the job that only a week ago he promised people he would do. So this is a shameful day for the DUP.
It's a very shameful day for the DUP. Now, of course, she's talking here about Jeffrey Donaldson, the leader of the DUP, who won his seat in the Northern Ireland Assembly and handed it over to a barrister. So an unelected bureaucrat, in a sense. He handed over his seat to another member of the DUP, somebody who has not won the seat, somebody who probably, if they did run in that election, in that constituency, probably would have lost it. And where is Jeffrey Donaldson, the guy who said, I'm not going to allow this executive to form unless we get rid of the protocol? He's back in London, it seems, or has left his run off to Westminster, as was pointed out here. A coward, a hypocrite. But this is the DUP to a T. This is exactly what the DUP are all about. Charlatans, crooks, liars, cheats. That's what they are. They have no interest in the people of Northern Ireland. And Naomi Long was also talking about how they're bemoaning prices in certain supermarkets when ordinary people in Northern Ireland are going to food banks. Of course, what she's talking about here, excuse me, is the difference in prices between supermarkets in Great Britain and supermarkets in Northern Ireland because of the protocol, which is a consequence of Brexit, of course. There was no need for Brexit. The people of Northern Ireland voted against Brexit, but they're suffering the consequences of Brexit, a Brexit that the DUP backed and Jeffrey Donaldson championed. It's a powerful speech. It's a speech that the people of Northern Ireland need to hear. Not all politicians are the same. Some actually want to do the work that they're paid to do. Others obviously do not. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.